Hello, hello. This is, of course, Steve Reinharz, CEO of AITX, Artificial Intelligence Technology Solutions. This morning, we're going to go over yesterday's press release. It's got a lot of information that I was so happy to be able to share with you, and I want to go through it and make sure that everything is fully understood. We have the Q&A on Sunday. So it's at, I think, noon Eastern time. It's going to be through YouTube. Hopefully you'll be there, bring some questions, see what other folks are asking, and let's just keep this party going with AITX because we're having a lot of fun and things are going pretty good, if you ask me. So, okay, first thing is you'll see that my backdrop is a photograph that I took at the Rex on Tuesday or Wednesday, on Wednesday. And I'm using this backdrop. You'll kind of see that we've got some new equipment back here. So this equipment will bend metal for us, a small metal bender for us. This, I kind of call this machine, they've got a name for it, but I call it kind of like a mini CNC machine, but it's really cool being able to, make a lot of our own parts in small quantities, which is fine. This, of course, is a hydraulic press, and I forget the tool that's behind there. But the point of the matter is the Romeo production line is coming along. We've got that first big production run should be starting soon. And if you're coming to the Rex for the October 13th Investors Open House, you'll see a bunch of Romeos being made, and that'll be awesome. Okay, so let's talk about the press release from yesterday. I've got it up here, so I'm going to go through it. The first point is folks that follow me know that I like being transparent. I like being present. I like dismissing false rumors and information that float around. So that's why this press release was so important for me, because during the course of the year, it's difficult sometimes for me to be able to share specific answers to questions. How many units do you have out there? Any of those questions, because it's got to go through a press release or through a filing. Here, I was able to extract this information from the filing in order to create the press release, just so you understand how the flow of information happens. Those rules are in place so that investors have equal access to information, and we're not doing selective disclosure. We're not showing any favoritism. And we're keeping the playing field equal for everybody, and that's very important to us, that we follow the rules and that we just follow good moral standard as well. So 65 employees right now, and we're pretty set through 7 departments, which is, I think, really good from a growth standpoint for the organization. Being able to absorb large growth, being able to have very little attrition throughout that period shows that we know how to bring staff on. We know how to select staff. We know how to bring them on. We know how to get them productive. We only had to lose 2 folks out of I think everybody that we hired this fiscal year. So those are pretty good numbers. And I would say that our production and productivity is really, really good. As I talk with a couple of members of the executive team, our instinct is just to keep redlining everything all the time. And a lot of the groups generally do, but we got to push the brakes from time to time. But my instinct is just to keep the red line on. We're working for you. We're working for great customers. And so certainly I feel the urgency for productivity all the time. And that's just the nature of our company. It's not for everybody. If you don't feel like being part of an intense mission like this isn't the place for you. We make that clear up front. But that's what we do. We're working hard and fast without apologies. We have employees throughout the United States and Canada now. So I don't know how many states we're in. I'll try to rhyme them off. We got California, Arizona, Texas, Tennessee, Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, Missouri, anyway, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, New Jersey. Did I say New Jersey? Anyway, so we're in the States. We've got folks all over the place. In Canada, we're in Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto area, being Waterloo, of course, and the Vancouver area. So We're attracting talent wherever we can that's going to fit, and being able to have everybody work remotely and some folks work in person has worked out really well for us. Again, important, I think, for investors to know, because the 65 employees that we have right now are hopefully going to be 80 by the end of the year, the end of the calendar year, and then we'll see what happens next year. But again, it's important for a company to be able to absorb and incorporate their employees. Now, talking about sales, we have 139 units deployed. I think there's only one or two in Europe, so most of those are in the United States. 64 units on back order as of the time of this press release. So it's possible that there's more since then. If there are, that would come through a press release, because I think that sales are material. Material information gets disseminated through SEC filings or press releases or both. But like Mark said in his quote here, 200 units. 200 units. That's a big number. Is it where I want to be in terms of our road to 500 for this fiscal year? Guys, you know me. I'm going to share with you what I think, good and bad. I want more, and I want more soon, sooner rather than later. So 200 is a nice number, but I want to get to 500. No guarantees. Sharing with you where we're at and where we're going. We'll keep you up to date along the way. In any case, sales are coming in, great units are going out. Should be important to you for you to know. And who are the units going to? So this was an interesting line to write, okay? Because we have dealers, and then we do some direct business, and dealers will put it to other end users, and some of our end users will give it to other end users as well. So 30 paying customers every month, going to 39 distinct end users. The cool thing about the next line is where I'm able to share with you that 3 of the end users are in the global top 25 by revenue. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. One of which has made several reorders. Again, a big deal. These for me, I'm happy to share this because I think these are important items for you to know. My next line is, look at this. I said, our future growth will come from a relentless pursuit of great clients and expanding that business as we have through end users that reorder RAD devices. I'm pleased with that. Again, I want more, and we're going to continue to drive to get more. But when we look at our funnel, over 350 distinct opportunities that are in stage 5, which basically means we're engaged heading towards proposal. This means that we're building the funnel, and eventually stuff trickles through. So we talk internally about a dam breaking, because we're building all of these sales that are just right there, sitting right there. Eventually, that dam is going to break. So we're ready for it with the Rex. We're ready for it by stockpiling chip-related items, so that as we have to deploy, we're not worried so much about not having chips. Team did a really good job of scouring the world to make sure that we were able to produce our units when we want to produce them. So I don't know the exact number of units that we can produce based on chips, but just by my walk around yesterday is probably well over 100 for sure. So we're ready to go. Talk a little bit about dealers. I'm going to skip that section. Patents and trademarks, right? We've got 10 product names and slogans. We have a pile more that are in some final state, just about to be submitted on. And then our new RAD 3.0 designs, which I think are going to be class-defining designs. And obviously they're done by Artur, largely by Artur, our industrial designer. Those designs will be patented, so that, if people want to knock off what we're doing, they can, but they can't pretend that they are us. So we will position ourselves as the incumbents visually, by operations and pricing and everything else that we do in order to create this lead in this market that we feel we're creating. So folks, Sunday Q&A, if you've got more questions on any of that, come join us. If anything else is happening, I look forward to hearing it. It's great to see you guys online. As I said a couple months ago, my time to interact with everybody is less and less. We do have a social media marketing manager starting on the 27th, and I look forward to him expanding our reach to new clients, as well as being able to share more information on various platforms about AITX. Everybody, thank you so much. Let's make it a great weekend. See you Sunday. Thank you.